This is for page 2, question 1, part A and C. So the way that you solve this, very, very simple. So first things first, you want to kind of separate the integral into 3 different parts. And the way that we can do that is just using the subtraction and addition integral rule, which states that the integral of f of x plus or minus g of x dx is equal to the integral of f of x, whether that be plus or minus integral of g of x dx. So we'll just split this up into the 3 integrals. Minus x minus the integral of 3 e to the x. Alright, now that we've got that, we're going to simplify this. We're just going to set it up as 2 fractions. That way it's a little bit easier to integrate. So the integral of x cubed over x plus the integral minus 3 e to the x dx. Perfect. And now we can simplify this because x cubed over x is just equal to x squared. Oh, whoops. So we're just going to simplify that as x squared. So now we're going to do the product rule, or not product rule, the constant rule for integrals, which just states that the integral of a times f of x is equal to a times the integral of f of x. So we're going to do that to all of the functions where that applies. So this first one will become 4 times the integral of x to the 6th squared dx. And then this will become 3 times the integral of e to the x dx. So now it's relatively straightforward to integrate. We can just do the inverse power rule for this integral and this integral. And for this integral, we know that the derivative or the integral of e to the x is always just e to the x. So this will just stay as e to the x. And for this one, we know that the integral of 1 over x is always ln absolute value of x. So we can just go ahead and do that. So we have 4 x to the 7th over, over 7 minus x cubed over 3 plus ln absolute value of x minus 3 times e to the x, and then plus c. Always got to make sure to remember putting in that plus c. So this is relatively straightforward. This is the final answer. Nothing too much, just a couple things to remember, like this rule and this rule. Alright, so now moving on to the next problem. This one's a little bit more complicated. Here, you're going to need to use u sub, because there's no easy way of just doing the inverse power rule. There's no real easy way to do that. And the way that we're going to select our u is, well, if I were to say, let u is equal to 2x, du would equal 2. would equal du over 2. Now this doesn't really help because we're still going to have an extra x, and that x is going to be this x is going to be a lot harder to solve than if we just try to solve for this one. So in that case, because of that, we're going to let u be 4 minus 6x. du is going to equal negative 6 dx, and then dx is going to equal du over negative 6. Perfect. So let's plug that all in. Dx. Cool. And like I said before, we still have this extra x. However, using this equation right here, we can just solve for it using basic algebra. So u is equal to 4 minus 6x, subtract 4. Then we get u minus 4 is equal to negative 6x divided by 6x. That means x is going to equal u minus 4 over negative 6. So let's just plug in all of our variables now. So we have 2 times u minus 4 over negative 6 times u to the 5th times 1 over negative 6 du. And I'm going to rewrite this a little bit. And the way that I'm going to rewrite it is I'm just going to just move down this out of the way. That way we can have 2 over negative 6 as our fraction. Just makes it a little bit easier. 2 over negative 6 times u to the u minus 4 to the 5th times 1 over negative 6 du. Now we can start multiplying common anything with you know, that is common, or like that we can, I forgot what the word is, anything that's similar. So like this and this we can multiply together, which will give us the integral of 2 over 36 u minus 4 u to the 5th du. And almost forgot the negative. This simplifies, this right here simplifies to 1 over 8, negative 1 over 18. And because of that constant rule from before, the integral of a times f of x is equal to a times the integral of f of x. We can apply that same rule here, so that will become 1 over 18, or negative 1 over 18 times the integral of u minus 4 times u to the 5th du. Now here, like I said before, we're just going to distribute this, and that is going to give us negative 1 over 18 times the integral of u to the 6th minus 4u to the 5th u. Now this is a lot easier to integrate now, just using the inverse power rule. So that'll be negative 1 over 18 times, that will multiply this entire thing, u to the 7th over 7 minus 4 times u to the 6th over 6. Perfect. And then plus c. Now we just need to substitute u. And the way that we can do that is we just, like I said, you just plug in u, which is 4 minus 6x. So 4 minus 6x, 7th 7 minus 4 times minus 6x 6 over 6 plus c. Now, what we can do is we can just simplify all this, and that, yeah, we just simplify this, so this will become 1 over 18, 6x over 7 minus, and then we're just going to move this into a fraction, which we're just going to do 4/6 times 4 minus 6x to the 6th plus c. Now we can simplify it further by distributing this 1 over 18, or negative 1 over 18 to everything. However, it's not really necessary, in my opinion, because it's still the same answer. It's still the correct answer. So yeah, that is our answer for the 4-part C.